Alright guys, well I feel like I haven't filmed a video in a while, and as you can see everything's pretty dusty, but finally hit 300 subscribers, so thank you guys. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, because I do have a lot more content coming up. Just gotta wait on a few things. But for today's video, I'm gonna be making the brake lines for the staging brake. I was gonna use a piece of string, but I don't have any string. All I have is this that I found in my sister's room. It's to make ribbons, but yeah, so this is gonna have to work. I'm just routing it as if it was the brake line, so it does look pretty ghetto right now, but I'm just doing this just to get the measurements. So there's gonna be a 90-degree fitting right here, so it's gonna go up and then towards the right. So I just went ahead, started it right here, ran it around the staging brake, going through here. I'm gonna put a little clamp so it could just grab onto the chassis, which is like a 10mm I think. So I'm gonna put a clip right there, a clamp, go down, put another clamp right here, and this is gonna be my ghetto T fitting, which is gonna go like so. And I only got the measurement for this one, but it's gonna be the same thing on either side, so I went ahead, just did one. After I run the lines on the T, I'm just gonna get another clamp and bolt it down to the chassis as well, and it's gonna go straight through there, which these are the little rubber pieces that go right here, and the cable for your e-brake would go through there, but since I don't have that anymore, I'm gonna run the brake lines. And for the bottom, oh, my fat ass barely fits. All right, so I ran it out through the holes that I just showed you, and these pieces of tape are not sticking because there's a lot of dirt. Anyways, so I'm gonna run it out through here, go straight, go towards the right, and as you can see there's a few holes that I could put more clamps onto so I could hold on to the brake line. And yeah, so should be looking a little like this. This piece does not want to stay stuck. Pretty bad at explaining you guys, but I hope you guys just get the gist of it. And I just ran it straight up from the end that I just showed you, and I'm gonna put another 90 right here, so it should go up and then to the left, and then that's where the brake line should go on, and that's basically it. So I'm gonna just go ahead, cut this little piece around right here and just measure it, and the same thing's gonna go for the other side. All right, so since I got basically everything laid out, I'm gonna just go ahead, pull the string through. I'm gonna just go ahead, get the measuring tape, measure that one, see how long it is. Same thing for this one. So yeah, I'm basically just gonna need 3 lines, which is this little one, I'm gonna need a T fitting, and 2 of these long ones. So just gonna measure that with the measuring tape, and I'll let you guys know the measurements in case you guys are interested. If it's like 3 feet and something inches, then I'm gonna just go ahead and get 4. There's always something loud passing by when I'm filming. Alright, anyways, like I said, I'm gonna just measure it with the measuring tape, tell you guys the measurements in case you guys are interested and want to do the same thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, well I can't find the measuring tape, but I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit later in the video. But for now, I'm gonna just go ahead and start taking off the staging brake, because I do need to take it with me when I go get the fittings so I can get the correct one. If you guys are wondering where I'm gonna go to get the fittings, I'm just going to my local shop that sell like fittings and AN lines and stuff. But yeah, so just gonna take that off real quick. Alright, got one of the bolts off already, and this one's about to come out. Alright, and there we go. So in case you guys are wondering where I got this from eBay, and my friend's been running it on a drift car, and another friend has it for a drag car. So they both say they work good, so that's why I went ahead and got it. It's like $100. If you guys are interested, I'll put the link in the description. But yeah, so now I just gotta find a damn measuring tape because I can't find one. Alright, well I found a measuring tape, but I forgot to tell you guys, I told you guys about the e-brake or staging brake. The plate, this is from Jack Spania. It does fit pretty good. The only problem I had was that, you know, there's like a little circle that goes right here, so you either cut it or you buy the little block. Well, this does have the little opening for the little circle, but it barely fits. You have to like hit the little circle with the hammer for this to fit, but other than that, it fits pretty good, in case you guys were wondering. At first I had this, and then I thought this part would go top of this, and then after that I thought the shifter would go on top of this, and yeah, there'd be like 3 of them stacked, and no, so wasted my money on this. So if you're planning on putting a staging brake and you're gonna buy this plate or bracket or whatever for a staging brake, don't buy this. You don't need it. All you need is this bracket and your shifter, and that's it. So I didn't know that because that was the first time that I'm gonna run a staging brake. So just letting you guys know, so you guys don't waste your money on it, just like I did. So other than that, got the measuring tape, so I'm gonna take the measurements. Alright, well the first one is 4 feet and 6 inches. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get 5 feet for the long brake line, and for the short one, 2 feet and 4 inches. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get 2 feet. And since this one is going to be a little bit longer, because I do need 4 feet and 6 inches, so I'm going to just get 2 feet. Even though I need 4 more inches, I'm going to just use the length off of here, so that should be good. I'll just go ahead, go to the shop real quick and get everything I need. Alright, well it's been about a week, and it took quite a bit because when I went to the shop they didn't have anything I needed. But I'll show you guys what I got right now. But first I wanted to show you guys that my clutch line keeps leaking. I already went and replaced the copper washers in here for some new ones, and that didn't do the job. But I'm pretty sure it's because the line is like 3 years old and I never used it. So pretty sure that's the problem. So I'm gonna just go ahead, buy a new one, but for now it's gonna stay like this. Alright, so now I'm gonna just show you guys what I got. So basically everything I got it from the shop. I did order some fittings off of Amazon, which were some 90-degree fittings, which are these. Everything is 3AN. So if you're wondering what thread I'm using for everything, it's 3AN. So I just ordered these fittings off of Amazon. It's a 3AN male to a 90, and the other side is a female. So if you guys are wondering which company or whatever, I just bought them off of these, again off of Amazon. Here's the part number. You guys can screenshot that. But yeah, so I got a brake line that's 2 feet, and then the other ones are 5 feet. Yeah, so I'm gonna just go ahead, start putting it on. I gotta put the staging brake on first because I need to reposition it, and I should have marked it because the way I had it before, I liked the position I had it in. But I'm gonna just go ahead, put it back on and start putting on the brake lines. Alright, so I got it on, I got everything tightened down. I did go ahead, take this fitting off because I am gonna put some Teflon on it. I know it does have a copper washer, but I still want to just put some Teflon just to be safe. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some Teflon on this and on the other side as well. And I'm gonna just go ahead, put it on and start putting the first brake line on. Alright, got it done. So now I'm gonna just go ahead, put it on, tighten it. Great. Motherfucker. Alright, well, I think I need 2 hands. 3rd time's the charm. Now I probably shouldn't do it with the ratchet, but I'm not gonna tighten it too much because I don't want to snap it. That should be good. Alright, so now I'm gonna get the brake line that is 2 feet. Put that guy on. Oh, wait, never mind. I messed up. I gotta put a fitting of the 90 because if I just put it on like this, it's gonna look like that, and that doesn't look good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a 90. That way it just pokes out a little bit to the right, and then I could just run it somewhere through here, hopefully. Alright, now I don't know how good this brand is. If you guys had any experience with that brand, again, it's this one. Let me know in the comments because I've never even heard of that brand. Just put this guy on. Probably should have put the Teflon the other direction because it's just spinning it now. Alright, that seems pretty tight, and I'm gonna just loosen it from the bottom. That way I could just twist it a little bit more because it is a swivel. There we go. It's not as bent, but that should do. That should work better than it just going up and over. Alright, well you guys, I put the wrong brake line. I put the 5-foot one. instead of the 2-foot one. So now I gotta take it off. So I put some more Teflon. I took the old one off, and hopefully I put the Teflon in the right direction. That way the Teflon doesn't fall off when I'm threading this guy in. That seems about right. I'm just gonna put this guy through, or through here. Get this guy out of the way, as well as this one. Damn, it's fucking hot in here. Got the sun right on me too. Alright, so now I'm gonna just put a clamp right here and put the T right here. So now I just gotta find a clamp. Got some clamps. You could get these at Harbor Freight. Go ahead, put the clamp on and put a 10mm through it, and that should be it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that real quick because I need 2 hands. Alright, now I just gotta tighten it. Don't worry about the tape, it's just trash. Alright, so I got that tightened down. So looks like this, and no, it is not touching. If it does, I'll just push it a little bit more forward. But yeah, so far it's looking like this. So now I'm gonna just go ahead, put a T right here. Don't mind this dirt, I'll clean that later, but I'm gonna just go ahead, put a T right here, and we'll just go from there. I'm also gonna be using this for the brake lines right now, and this is from the e-brake cables. So if you guys are ever taking your e-brake out, save this. If you are going to be doing this, save this little bracket, because you could just put your brake lines through here and they'll just hold them in place. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. Then I'm gonna just put the brake lines through here. Again, this is for your cables from your e-brake. Alright, here's the T that I'm gonna be using. Here's the part number. I'm gonna just go ahead, put Teflon on each side, and we should be ready to put it on. Alright, got Teflon on it. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and screw it on, but pretty hard to film when I need 2 hands. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but oh well. I got it on. It is a little loose, but I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it once I got the other 2 brake lines ran. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and put another clamp right here. That way it looks like this, because if I don't, it's just gonna be loose. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna just put another one right there. But this is a 12mm, because these are 10s. That's a 12. These clamps only let you run 10mm through. Like, the hole is too small, so we'll have to go ahead and try and make the hole a little bit bigger. So got the hole a little bit bigger, got that mounted up. So now I'm just gonna put, and I almost messed up again, I need to put another 90, because if I don't, I'll just show you guys real quick. It's gonna look like this, and it's gonna have a pretty bad bent. Okay, you guys can't see that. You know, I'm gonna just put it on real quick just to show you guys. So I got it on a little bit, and if I put it like that, it's gonna be pretty bent, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put some 90s. That way it just looks like this. So it's better for it to just go straight in than to have that ugly bent and possibly cracking. So that's why I'm putting some 90s right there as well. Alright, so I got the 90 on, and I also went ahead and already put the 5-foot brake line as well. Again, I do gotta tighten this one, that's why it keeps moving. But that's pretty much it. So now I'm gonna just go ahead and put the brake line through this hole. That way I could just go ahead, run the brake line through here. I'm very bad at explaining, you guys, I'm sorry. But gonna run the brake line through here, and then once this is on, the brake line should be in the bottom. So yeah. Alright, so I just got the rubber piece on, and I'm gonna just drag it all the way down, and I put it on backwards. Wait, did I? Yep, I put it on backwards. So I'm gonna just go ahead, flip it, and we should be good, because this end has to be facing this way. Alright, so when you put it in, you want it to look like this. That way it fits perfectly in there. Because the first time, right now, I had it on backwards. Push the brake line all the way down. Dude, oh my god, the brake line fits perfectly. Look at this. Almost like it's meant to be. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Yep. That worked out perfectly. So now I'm gonna just go ahead, put the other line on, and we should be ready to work under the car. I got everything ran, got the little bracket installed, and that's pretty much it. I think for right here, because it is a little bent up and it is gonna be moving a bit. So what I think I'm gonna do is make 4 little holes right here and just put some zip ties across like that, so I could just push it down. But yeah, everything came out perfect. It looks pretty good. So I'm gonna just go ahead, drill some little holes, and that's pretty much it. Just put some zip ties, and I'm gonna jack up the car and we can start working on the bottom. So I made a hole, but it didn't really go through. It's like there's like a big gap before you reach the bottom. So instead of it just, I don't know how to explain it. There's just a big gap in the middle to the point where I can't even get a hole on the bottom. There's like 2 layers, but I just went ahead, put another clamp on here. It doesn't look too pretty because there's 3 clamps. I didn't really want that, but it does hold it down, so that's how it's gonna have to stay. But that's pretty much it for the top. Give you guys one more look. I think it came out pretty good. So now onto the bottom. Alright, so I got the car jacked up, got on some jack stands. I am gonna have to take off the wheel so I could go ahead and put the fitting on the brake line and the rear, which you guys can't really see, but I'll show you guys right in a little bit. First thing, the brake line is a bit loose, so I'm assuming this little bracket is backwards. I think this is the way it's supposed to go, so I gotta figure that out, but I do gotta put the fitting in here. First thing I'm gonna do is just go ahead, mount all the brake lines, and then I'll get to this last. I'll show you the process with the left side, or right side I mean. Alright, so I went ahead and started on the left side just because there's less dirt on the ground. So I just got the brake line, went around the fuel lines, and the reason I went around and not under was because I don't want the fuel lines to be moving in the future and it just pinches the brake line. So that's why I just went over. And I was gonna put a clamp right here, but I ran out of 12 millimeters. So you should put a little clamp right here just so it's not moving around. But I'll put that on later on, or I'll just leave it like that. It's not much of a big deal. But I went ahead, put a clamp right there, and just kept running it. Put another clamp right here. That one is a 10. And that's about it. Then you just run. Sorry for the angle, you guys. And then this part, you're just gonna run it up and connect it to this brake line. But I still gotta put the fitting. But that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna just go ahead, take the wheel off, that way I could finish running the brake line, and so I could put the other fitting on. Ignore my dogs in the background, but as you can see, this one's pretty sturdy and the little clip is facing up. And on the other side, it's also facing up, but the other side is like all loose. This one's fine, so probably have to maybe close the clamp a little bit so it could grab onto the brake line, so it's pretty snug. So I'll have to check that out. But for the fitting, I'm gonna be using this one. So it looks like it's upside down. So that's the size of the fitting I'm gonna be using. So it's a 10 millimeter X1. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but the 10 millimeter size goes to the brake line, and the top is a 3 millimeter. I mean 3 AN. So it goes to 3 AN from the top, and then the bottom goes into the 10 millimeter. Now I was gonna put a 90-degree fitting, but I do have a lot extra, so even if I did put the 90, it would be a little something like this. but there's a lot left over. So what I think I'm gonna do is just go ahead, put the fitting, and I'm gonna just have it something like this. Doesn't seem too bent, but seems to be better than a 90. So we'll see how that works. Here's the brand and here's the part number in case you guys are interested. Alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna put some Teflon. Almost forgot to do that, but just to show you guys, it does fit. So that goes on there. The brake line would go like this, and it does look like it is gonna be a bit bent. Well, I need both hands, but should look a little something like that. I don't like that it's hitting right here, so I might put the fitting that's a 90, but I only have one left, so I would have to order another one. But it's good to know good to know what's gonna work, what's not gonna work. Well, I'm gonna go ahead, just put some Teflon on this real quick, and then I'll start screwing on the brake line. Alright, so I got that fitting all tying down, and for the brake line, I really don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna just go ahead, put this 90 and see how it looks. Alright, looks like the 90 was the move. So there is a little bit extra of the brake line, but I could still put another little clamp right here and should be just fine. So I do have to order another 90-degree fitting then for the right side. So that means that brake line's gonna have to wait. Well, I'm still gonna mock it up, right? But to connect it to the brake caliper, it's gonna have to wait. But I'm gonna just go ahead, put another clamp right there, and that should be it. But for now, I'm gonna just go ahead, tighten that real quick, put some Teflon on it, and then put this clamp on, and that should be it. So I got the clamp on, everything went on good. Got the top all tightened down as well. I just don't like that as I was tightening the brake line, it was getting a little bit stiff and turning, so that's why it's like at a weird angle. But that's pretty much it, and it does move, but that's because the whole line in the bottom is moving, so it moves everything. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the other side right now. I'm just not gonna put this part on because I do need another 90, so I am gonna have to order that. But other than that, I'm just go ahead, put the rest of the line on, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so I got the other side all done, so may as well show you guys. Just went ahead, put a little clamp on the top, that's a 10, and another one right here, and that's about it. And then it just runs up to the brake line, to the caliper, and that's it. Pretty simple. So ignore the bird in the background, he won't shut the fuck up. But line is pretty loose. I'm pretty sure it's because of this clamp right here, but I already tried pinching it and that didn't work. So if any of you guys know any tricks or know the problem, let me know in the comments, because for now I'm gonna just put some zip ties. And yeah, so this brake line, I am gonna order another 90, so that's gonna have to wait. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. So hope you guys enjoyed it, learned a thing or two. But if you're not subscribed, subscribe. So I'll see you guys in the next one.